Guys, today we are going to be talking about some of the theories of the radio tower and how it fits into Halloween Ends. If you've been looking on the internet online over the last probably few months, or maybe a month and just a little over a month, maybe more, you will know that in David Gordon Green's commentary over Halloween Kills, he mentions that the radio tower plays, I think he said, I'm just paraphrasing, but I think it was something along the lines of a significant or a big role in Halloween Ends. Obviously, at this point, we know that the radio tower doesn't actually exist in Haddonfield. It's been CGI'd in with effects after and post. It's seen a couple of times in Kills. You wouldn't really think anything special of it, in fairness. And I know it appears when Hawkins and the officer that he killed are stood talking, looking over at Haddonfield about, Michael's kind of childhood and how he was a bit fucked. And I mean, since then, there's been a lot going on with this radio tower theory. It's been in a lot of people's minds. It's been in my mind a lot too, because I'm really worried that they're going to ruin this film. If I'm honest, I wasn't too worried about Kills, but if I'm honest, I'm a little bit worried with where this is going right now, and the thoughts that are kind of going into people's heads with them doing the Thorn curse again, or that type of thing where he's too much explained and he's almost like completely controlled. However, we're going to start off, we're going to get into the frequency theory. A lot of people would have heard this theory from Dave McRae's YouTube channel. So just to give you a quick rundown on that, it's that the radio tower is pretty much emitting a frequency as they do in real life, and this is then affecting Michael's brain with the brain waves, which then affects Michael's behavior, could maybe give him that little bit of strength. There is also a line from the 1978 Halloween where Loomis says, "Inhuman impatient, as if he is waiting for some secret silent alarm to trigger him off." Now, I don't know what they're going to do for this film, but it kind of does make a little bit of sense if you were really looking into it, and if they did link that, at this point, it wouldn't exactly shock me. The whole frequency idea is definitely not something that I like or I'm very interested in. I know people are kind of mixed on it, but I'm just not a fan of the idea of Michael being controlled by this frequency. And interestingly enough, to kind of add to this theory, a Reddit user put on the Halloween Movies Reddit saying that there was a post. It's from basically this I'm not sure whether it's like a hiring agency or something where they obviously get people jobs if you wanted to be like an extra or get into film. But I'll put the screenshot that I managed to get now. This is the only one I could find. I think it's from a Facebook page, the one I found. But it basically said that they were looking for extras for a huge/major upcoming horror movie being filmed in Savannah, Georgia with the code name Brainwaves. And I did try and have a look to see if this did match up, or whether there was any maybe explanations as to why this couldn't be the case. Obviously, the link between Savannah, Georgia, obviously we know that Halloween Ends has started filming there, and that being the location of where they want these extras to be. I know there was a little bit about what kind of extras they're using. Apparently it was very similar to the Halloween Kills and Halloween 18 kind of call sheet for people. Like medics, experienced medics, I think it was police officers as well, just very similar and linking to Halloween Ends potentially. However, I did look more into it, and I know there was a lot of people that were saying that this is actually for the Exorcist film that's coming out, I think, in 2023, and it's not for Ends at all. I didn't really manage to find a complete conclusion on it, so if you know more about that, let me know in the comments. And obviously, using the link with the frequencies and the radio tower, you could maybe say that this is also kind of foreshadowing a bit of a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch kind of thing, the Shamrock masks. I know that David Gordon Green has interest in doing more Halloween films, potentially without Michael, so this could definitely be a way to bring that back. Again, do I like it? Not really. I do like the idea of Halloween 3 being remade, but I mean, and this is ridiculous to even say, but could you imagine if on the inside of Michael's mask is a silver Shamrock logo? I will shit in my hand and clap if that actually happens. But overall, the frequency theory, I don't think it's a bad idea in terms of it actually kind of does make sense when you talk about these things. Maybe I'd find it interesting if it wasn't Michael that they were trying to explain with that, but that is definitely a theory for the radio tower, and quite a big one circling. Now, on the flip side of that, we obviously have that this radio tower is just going to be a location for the climax of the film, and we're all completely misreading it. We're all thinking way too much into it, and it could just be a really cool scene for a big finale, which if I had to pick the two, I'd much rather this just be a location. I saw a few things saying that it might be where Michael's been hiding this entire time, like maybe he went to the radio tower, maybe that's what he was looking at in his window, and that's where he went in obviously the 4 years he's been gone, which I do want to do a video on. I have a lot to say about the whole where has Michael been for 4 years topic, and I've been kind of going back and forth in my head with the radio tower one. I can't quite come to a conclusion, obviously, because they're just so different things. Like, one could be that it's controlling him and literally making him do everything he does and giving him that strength. And two, it could just be a location. They're such like opposites. However, where Michael's been for 4 years is such an interesting topic to me, and I'm definitely going to be making a video on that tomorrow. But yeah, linking the radio tower with that potentially being where Michael has been for the last 4 years is definitely a theory. I don't quite know whether I feel like it links with what David Gordon Green actually said in the commentary. It definitely may, and I could be completely wrong. But that is the only reason I wouldn't want the radio tower to be a location, would be if we find out Michael's been just hiding under there. And then just to wrap up what I potentially think could be happening with this radio tower, if I had to pick one, I'd say it was a location. I think there's a bit more to it than it just being a location. I think it may have something to do with the past. But this whole frequency idea, to me, while I think it's a good theory to have come up with and it makes a lot of sense, obviously, if you go past the basis level of we heard about a radio tower, first thing you're going to think, obviously, is location, because we can physically see the radio tower. We can imagine a scene being filmed there. But then obviously when you go below that surface level, you're going to start thinking frequencies, all them things. I think it's a good theory. I think it's a smart theory for another film that I probably wouldn't actually mind seeing at all. But the idea of them doing that to Michael and having him be affected by brainwaves and all this stuff, I don't know why, I just don't like it. I think it explains way too much. But that's where I'm going to leave it. If you have any more theories, I know there wasn't actually many in this, but I just kind of tried to cover the main two that I was seeing and the ones that are going around in my head, because I didn't just want to, copy and paste everyone's theories. But yeah, if you have any other theories, let me know them in the comments below. You may be able to give me a theory that I actually like and then maybe a little bit content with hoping that it's that. Right now, I'm not confident. And yeah, really interesting video tomorrow. I have a lot of points to talk about in where Michael's been for 4 years, what I hope, what I don't hope, what could be, what couldn't be. I'm absolutely knackered. It's 4 a.m. currently as I'm filming this. I need to edit it and I want to get it up. So I will see you guys tomorrow for a new video.